So I'm going to tell you about how I walked away from a listing and saved a marriage in the process. A little over 19 years ago, my youngest was about 6 months old, and I got a call from neighbors, and they lived in an adjacent neighborhood. They had an amazing house in an area that's highly coveted, great school district. They also had 4 kids, the youngest being about 3 months old. So they told me that they were going to sell their house. They were interviewing a couple of other agents. No problem. So I went to the listing appointment and I was totally prepared, like dialed in, nails like this. It was awesome. So got there and the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. I asked them to walk me around the house and tell me everything they loved about the house. And that was hard for them. She was weepy, he was a little bit annoyed, and then she was annoyed and he was weepy. It was bizarre. So walked around the house, got through that, sat in the living room, and I said, so why are you guys selling? And they looked at me like didn't answer. And I said, are you being relocated for a job? Nothing. And I said, okay, are you moving out of state? Nothing. And then he looked at me and he said, she wants a divorce. How much is our house worth? What could we get for it? And I said, well, hang on. I'm not going to tell you. He said, what? And I had reached for my presentation and then I just put it back and I said, look, I'm totally overstepping my bounds right now. I get it. I totally understand. And you can tell me to leave, but I'm going to tell you something. I said, you're tired. You're exhausted. You're both working and you're with the kids and you feel underappreciated. You're not having sex. You are just at your wit's end. And divorce seems like a great option, but I'm going to suggest a little bit of marriage counseling and then 2 non-negotiable date nights a week. And you could just walk the neighborhood. They don't have to be high pressure date nights. Just be with each other. And they kind of looked at me and I said, so I'm going to leave you with that unless there's anything that is vices that you can't control or infidelity. My advice is to stick with it and get counseling and at least give it a go. So part 2 is coming up.